This ring is capable of computing your body age based on your sleep quality and other health metrics. Not only that, this also helps you track your activity throughout the day, such as heart rate, stress levels, and brain waste clearance rating. Brain waste clearance, what is that? Well, if we ask Google, it's basically the process where our brains clean itself, plain and simple. Anyways, this is the Ultrahuman Ring Air, one that I deem the smartest smart ring I have ever tested. Out of the box, you get lifetime free access to the Ultrahuman app where all readings and health advice are tracked. No monthly payments or subscription needed. Not only do I get accurate readings of my sleep quality, but it also gives me advice on getting more activity throughout the day or even information regarding my caffeine intake. Based on your sleep quality, the ring is going to give you advice on whether it's okay to take caffeine or if it's best to skip caffeine for the day. And I should say, its advice is really effective as it has reminded me that my body can produce its own energy without caffeine, giving me more insight with as to how caffeine negatively impacts my day, especially when my sleep quality is very bad. To give you more context, well, I have a 1-year-old toddler, and when you have babies, it means less to no sleep. I also manage 3 businesses at the same time, and it can get really demanding for me as an entrepreneur. And this lifestyle of mine has really taken a toll on my body, and I really do feel it in my joints and in my eyes. And based on the ring's Ultra Age feature, my brain is approximately 4 years older than my actual age. And this gives me really good insight on taking action with regards to my health. Hi, I am Daniel with the Biboyharanero team. We have been reviewing tech items for the past 6 years now, so subscribe and be updated with our new video releases. We've partnered with Ultrahuman as a creator, and we will leave links down in the description below on where to get your ring with a 10% discount if you use my discount code. Now back to the ring. Not only does it track your sleep quality, but it has more specific metrics that it quantifies. It records your temperature when you sleep and also gives you a percentage score of how much deep sleep you've had. It also gives you a score for sleep efficiency, which is the overall rating of your sleep in terms of balancing REM, light sleep, and deep sleep. And based on your sleep quality, the app will also give you recommendations on whether to sleep some more, as it has a calculation for sleep depth. So I highly advise that if you invest in this ring, do actually take the time and effort to follow its instructions and advice. If you take naps throughout the day, it will also record that, and it is able to do so by checking your body temperature and heart rate. Really cool. Lastly, this will also give you insight on your body's preferred circadian rhythm. Insights on when to go out in the sun or get your exercise in. This ring will give you that information. In terms of heart rate, it measures your heart rate variability, your resting heart rate, and current heart rate. Then it will also give you insights on whether it's normal or needs attention. I see this as a way for you to prevent any issues down the line, especially if you have unhealthy habits such as eating fatty food or too much sugar. My heart rate is always normal, so I don't really see any issues here. But for some people who don't get a lot of exercise or those who love high sugary foods, then this is something I believe would matter to you. If your heart rate goes up abnormally, I believe the ring would give you advice on how to tone it down. Moving on, the ring is able to track how many steps you've taken for the day. And this is possible as the ring has sensors in it that are able to detect whether you've taken a step. I live a relatively sedentary life, sitting on my chair most of the time, writing scripts here and there. And walking is something I don't normally do. So the ring reminds me to get more activity throughout the day. Not only that, it also gives me notifications on the best times to go out and get some sun. So I tried it out a few days because I don't really get a lot of sun, and I think it does actually have positive impact with my overall mood throughout the day. Again, I do highly advise that you listen to the ring's recommendations, as it is somewhat like an AI trainer that you have on your finger. Not only does it give you advice regarding your activity, but it also calculates an approximate level of calories burnt throughout the day. Next, I am a heavy caffeine user, and I was once addicted to caffeine. I think up until today. As a former caffeine addict, I have seen the negative effects of how caffeine hooks me into depending onto it to the point where it no longer works on my body. Based on your sleep quality, the ring will give you advice on whether it's okay for you to take caffeine. If your sleep quality is bad and your brain waste clearance is scored low, then the ring will advise you not to take caffeine. Whenever you do take caffeine, you're going to want to log it in the app so it can accurately track other metrics based on your caffeine intake. And this is also where I discovered that caffeine not only disrupts your sleep quality, but it also affects brain waste clearance. So there are mornings where you wake up and you feel like you're just needing a little bit more sleep. Though you've slept for 8 hours, but for some reason, it feels like you've slept for only 3 hours. And this is where brain waste clearance rating comes in. If I score low on my brain waste clearance throughout my sleep, it's a good sign for me to go get restful naps throughout the day. Now, the ring can also give you insights on stress levels. You can either be relaxed, stimulated, or stressed. And I think low levels of stress is just normal, and I wouldn't say it's all that bad to be stressed throughout the day for a short period of time. I think it's necessary for better energy production, but I am not a doctor, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt. I am a relatively stress-tolerant human being, as I swim in stress like a fish in a water tank. The ring will give you feedback with regards to managing stress levels. And to be honest, I don't know how the ring does this, but I do believe that its stress ratings is accurate. Because there are some times throughout the day when I have to solve some mini problems, and it would take me a good 30 minutes of my time complaining here and there. If I look into my stress ratings, it shows some good numbers that I think are accurate. Now, it is recommended and highly advised that you use this ring on your index, middle, or ring finger. Ultrahuman will send you a testing kit before you choose your actual size. And to know whether the size fits you perfectly, it has to snugly fit in your finger that you want to put it on. Then ideally, it shouldn't be twisting around, because if it does, then it's too loose. You want the ring's sensor to be positioned in the inside of your finger for the sensors to work accurately. The ring is not scratch-proof. However, it does have some level of scratch resistance. So I highly recommend that you use gloves when working out with dumbbells or barbells or any hard steel textures that you need to grip on. You're gonna want your ring on when you work out so you can also track heart rate and calories burnt. Next, in order for the ring to be able to compute your brain or your pulse age, you need to consistently wear it for about 14 days. This means that you need to wear it every time you sleep, work out, or just sit on your desk. It also has a calibration span of 2 weeks of continuous usage to get better, more accurate readings. If you're a woman, this ring also has the capabilities of tracking your menstrual cycles and giving you advice on how to manage through or prepare for your cycle. Moving on to charging, I know we're jumping from topic to topic here, but you only need to charge this for about 1 hour and it will work for a good 5 to 7 days based on my tests. This comes with a charging dock with a USB-C input, so it's really easy to charge it by just placing it in its charging dock. Overall, it's super convenient to have a ring on versus a smartwatch. You can shower with it, swim with it, and just live a normal life without sweating around your wrists. Though it may be pricier than smartwatches, I think it's totally worth the upgrade, especially if you're a fan of bling blings. I will leave my affiliate link down in the description below, where you can get a 10% discount if you use my code. I do earn a little bit of commission from those links, and your purchase buys me a cup of coffee. So go get my team a cup of coffee, and thank you very much. We'll see you again next time.